Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando, and we have another one, guys. We have another tenants and landlords doing ridiculous things that you can learn from. Let's jump right into it. Let's go.
This is the plaintiff, Craig Edelman. He says he rented a two-bedroom apartment to the defendant. And not only did she break her lease and move out early, she ruined the place. That's right, she put up an illegal wall. She damaged his historic floors. And he's suing a nasty woman for every penny of the $6,631.69 she owes him.
Okay, guys, so we got another landlord saying that, hey, this tenant is a horrible person. Go figure, right? Go figure. But another landlord said the tenant is just so bad. You know, we got to get this person out and they got to give me my money because they left out without notice, broke a lease. As we already know, guys, you cannot break leases and think that you won't be on the hook for the rest of the months of rent that you left behind. But let's see what she says.
This is the defendant, Samantha Braden. She says the defendant's your typical slumlord, a horrible guy who barely did any maintenance to the place. She had a leaky roof. The former tenants he rented to were crackheads, and the place was in horrible shape when she got it. And how dare he try to pin these damages on her because he's sore she moved out. She's accused of being a terrible tenant.
Let me tell you what, guys. A tenant saying that the reason why the landlord is mad, right, is because he didn't get the rest of his rent. Well, duh. That is the reason why you get it invested in real estate is because you want the rest of your money. Now, all that stuff that she was talking about, you know, he's just mad. He rents to, you know, shady characters and all this other stuff. We don't know. But, you know, in the previous past, have we seen videos like this, guys? We know both sides are shady, so let's see if this changes.
Okay, you were her landlord for how long?
About 9 months.
All right, and then you had a one-year lease, so
Yes.
why were you breaking it?
I was moving to Daytona.
To be with him? You
Yeah.
pointed to him like, wouldn't you, Judge? What's that? All right, well, but you're breaking a lease. That's a contractual commitment, so what did you say to him?
So I did discuss with him that I wanted to break the lease. He agreed that we could part amicably for $650.
Okay, so she's saying that this was an agreement between both parties. Now, if she can prove this, then I can understand where she's coming from, but she has to prove it. She's saying that they came into an agreement and she paid him his money, and basically him bringing her to court is frivolous. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but I can almost guarantee you there's more to this story.
Were you there in December?
Yeah.
So why would December be prorated?
Because I was
were you
there
there part of December? Is
The
that what
first 7-8 days of
Okay,
December.
so you were going to pay $650 for December
Right.
and give up your security deposit?
Yes.
And that was going to be the deal?
Yes.
And then what happened? Did you pay the $650?
So,
Yes or no? It's
no.
simple. Right. So you don't have a deal. So now you understand that's how a deal works. Because that would have been the deal. If you just paid the other $450, none of us would be here.
So she said that there was a deal between both her and the landlord, but she didn't even complete it. She didn't even pay the man his money to complete the deal. So what does that mean? Just like the judge said, that means there's no deal. That means that whatever it was before is where it's back at. And for some reason, she has like this, you know, woe is me, like, you know, what? Of course, I mean, I should still get the deal. No, the deal is gone. Tenant and landlord, if you guys come up on an agreement, that's fine. That's between you guys. But you have to follow up on the deal, guys.
So go ahead. What happened?
Hi, Your Honor. I didn't know exactly when she was moving out. She didn't tell me exactly when she was moving out. She told me on December 6th that she was going to be moving soon, but didn't give me a definitive date. I don't know anything about a $650
Yes, you
agreement.
do. I have the text where you're saying to her, "Why don't you just pay me the $650 that we agreed?" You did. Did she forge those texts? I mean,
No, I don't recall.
how do you not recall what you said in the case that we're suing on? Pull out your phone, please.
I have a
and-
copy for
I
you
don't
right
want
here.
copies. I want it in the phone because I want to make sure they're not doctored up. So show it to me.
Come on, landlord. You can't be up here lying. Talking about, I don't know what she's talking about. A deal? I didn't make that deal. The judge called him out and was like, look, I got the text messages. What are you talking about? Oh, I mean, These guys be lying, man.
So I didn't recall a specific date that she told me she was moving out.
Yeah, I didn't ask you
Yeah.
that. I asked you if you had a deal with her about the $650. You'd keep the deposit, and she'd just get out early in this. Yeah, did you not?
I don't recall a deal.
Okay. So then, if you can't remember, if it turns out that's what happened, how am I going to trust what you're going to tell me now about what happened to?
Right. Judge is right on that. If he can't remember anything, then how are you going to remember other things? Is it just a selective memory? Like, and he's getting caught in his lies on top of that. Look, guys, landlords. We all know, if you're going to go and you're going to try to prove and try to get money from a tenant, you got to have the evidence, your receipts, what you remember about the situation. I do know sometimes it can slip your mind, but you gotta be on top of this, guys.
Okay, so talk to me.
Yeah,
When she left, what condition did she leave it that you feel justifies you in suing today?
A few months ago I'm still pretty angry about this wall that she put up.
So you literally give yourself a cooling off period?
Yeah, she was a single mom. I felt bad for her. I didn't want to really, put the screws to the wall, so to speak. And I decided, what, it cost me a lot of money to repair the damages that she did. Besides putting up the unauthorized wall.
Tenants, you can't build walls inside of a unit. That's not your property. First of all, you got to get permits and all that other stuff. And if you do that, you will be on the hook for a lot of things. What if you burn down the house because of the wall, didn't have great electrical? That's on you. That's all on you. Don't do that.
Did you put up a wall in someone else's apartment?
Listen.
Look, are you gonna just let that slip by? She's gonna say, listen to the judge. I already know the judge is gonna snap back. I haven't even seen it. I just know the judge is gonna have something to say when you're gonna say, listen.
Even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
To the judge.
I dated this guy for like 2 months, and
Did you put up a wall? You listen. Did you put up a wall in someone else's property without their permission?
the guy I was dating did.
You just woke up and there was a wall.
I came home from work.
And there was a wall.
Yes.
So she's blaming the wall on an ex-boyfriend that she says put up the wall, but she's acting like that still isn't her responsibility. The landlord doesn't care if your kid built the wall. The wall is there and it happened underneath you being a tenant, so it's your responsibility.
And you put a wall up that may or may not be legal because it was certainly not permitted, but much more importantly, you didn't ask. It's not your property to do that. So if you can't just say, oh, well, the boy did it, that's not how it works. You're responsible. You are the steward of that person's property, and you're supposed to return it the way you got it. And if you return it in a different way that requires him to now dismantle stuff, that's going to be a problem for you. Now.
Look, I got nothing to say on that. That is 100% true. Like I just said, if you are renting a place, it is your responsibility. It also says this in the lease, guys. You sign paperwork, you have to make sure that you read it. It lays this all out in the lease. You damage the property, you replace things in the property. That's just what it is. You pay the cost.
Did she give you anything?
No.
Oh, you didn't even see that 200 that she says, I have it. She never gave it to you? You never gave him the 200?
No.
What? Okay, so she's there in December. How much is rent?
$12.50.
And she gives you no notice.
Right.
You're certainly owed at least $12.50 because you would be entitled to December and entitled to January because you'd worked out something with her that she didn't follow through on. So now we just go back to the actual law. You have no deal because you didn't hold up your end of the bargain.
Guys, make sure if you make a deal with a landlord or anyone, hold up your end of the bargain so the deal is valid. The deal the only way the deal can be valid is if you hold up your end of the bargain. It doesn't just work if you just say, never mind.
Talk to me about what damages she left that you're able to prove that you would in addition be entitled to.
Sure. When I went into the apartment in early December after I was fairly sure she was gone, even though I wasn't 100% sure, there was furniture all over the place. The hardwood floors, which are pretty historic, they're like 80 years old, were all scratched up, which they weren't before she moved in.
Okay, hold on one second. This is a picture where you write the words hardwood floors scratched by rough furniture movement.
Right.
How am I supposed to see that in this picture?
Yeah. When I first walked in, I was in such disbelief of what I was seeing. I was
Yeah, but then did you walk in again later when you are in belief?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Landlords, you have to take pictures of the actual damage, not like a landscaping view of the damage. You're gonna come to court, show the actual damage, not, you know, the layout of the floor where you can see the furniture. Get close-ups, get close-ups. I don't know what this guy is thinking. little on the shady side.
All right, she left all the furniture?
Yeah, all that furniture you see, absolutely.
Oh, to be her, huh? He comes in on a white horse, and that's that, man. And
So
why did you leave all your furniture behind?
My truck was stolen the night that I was packing from his other tenant, and it had my wallet, which included my debit card, my ID, everything.
So the portion where she's talking about, she said she didn't move out her stuff. She didn't move out any of her stuff because her wallet, her car was stolen by another tenant that she said that he had in the building, which is insane. This story just keeps getting crazier and crazier, which makes me believe, well, if that's the case, why didn't you have your friend help you or your boyfriend that's sitting right next to you? No one could help you, right? No one could help you move your stuff out of the place. So that's the reason why you left a unit full of stuff, which the landlord doesn't want, guys. Landlords do not want your stuff. I'm telling you, I will throw it straight in the trash. I don't want the stuff in there. I want an empty unit so I can move someone right in. I am not a furniture collector.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm very sorry that happened to you, but explain to me why you left your furniture behind on the day you're moving.
Because my truck was gone and I couldn't move it out.
And how about the next day? Couldn't you rent a U-Haul and get your stuff out of there? Why do you think that's his problem to dispose of your furniture?
I couldn't rent anything because I didn't have an ID or money.
Okay, well...
She's just making all types of excuses over and over and over. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any help. You know, I didn't have a car. I don't know any friends. No one could help me. Yeah, but that's still not his responsibility. Regardless of whatever excuse you come up with, it's still not the landlord's issue. It is your issue.
He looks like he could probably rent something. I mean, you realize a year and 3 months has passed and you just literally washed your hands of your furniture, right? So you know something's gonna happen with that, right? Because you're not allowed to do that.
Guys, you're not allowed to just leave everything and think that the landlord is going to be your trash collector and throw everything away at his expense. So I don't know where that started to drift, that people started thinking that, but that is not the case. Don't get burned by that, because I'm gonna take a piece, our landlord's gonna take a piece of your deposit if you do that.
That's not my question. My question was, what'd you do with the furniture?
I put it in the bag for collection.
For collection, meaning?
Yeah.
You did toss it. You tossed it.
Yes,
you
yes.
got rid of it.
Right.
It's not in the place.
Right.
The next tenant's not using it.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw it on Craigslist.
Look, I don't know how she saw it on Craigslist, but this guy, hopefully he's not lying. Hopefully he's not lying. I don't know, but hopefully he's not lying, talking about, I got rid of everything. And then she says, I saw it on Craigslist, because he made a profit off of selling her stuff. So yes, even though I still do believe that it's not his responsibility, I think that the judge will probably take out some money if he sold some of the items. I don't know, but that seems shady that you would lie about that. Just be honest, man. But let's see if he's actually telling the truth.
Sell it?
Or
is this one of those things you don't remember?
No. There was one item that
What'd you sell?
I sold the bunk beds. That was
Yeah,
the only
those are
thing.
good. That's the
only
item
one
I'm talking about.
That was the only thing that was worthwhile.
And what'd you sell it for?
I got $60 for it.
Did you see it for something?
It was $200.
He listed it for $200.
Yes.
And how do you know what he got?
I don't know what he got, but I know what he listed it for.
It is what it is, man. But I just want to know, why is the tenant, she has this smug look at it, like, oh, he sold it for $200. When you're the one who left all of your junk in the unit. You left everything in there. And how are you looking on Craigslist when you haven't paid the man his money? You haven't done anything, but you're up to date on social media and Craigslist listings. I don't know, man. This, tenants, man, I tell you, landlords too, man. These type of landlords. Don't be either of these guys.
All the junk you left there for someone else. What is all this? Why are you leaving all that there?
It was my clothes I couldn't take with me.
Why not? You could. You realize you could, right? You know how silly you sound saying that, right? How old are you?
I'm 33.
Yeah, you could take it with you. You just didn't take it with you, right? And you didn't clean up.
You can't rebuild a unit, guys. Leave your junk. I've had tenants do the same thing where they leave a bunch of their clothes, all the clutter, and, put things in units or, install things into the unit that they are not authorized to install. You cannot do that. If you do that, you are breaking the lease. Whatever it costs for me to clean out the unit, I'm getting all that back. I'm not spending a dime cleaning your junk up. That is just what it is. Don't leave your junk behind, and I won't have to pay somebody to pick it up and clean it.
Anything else you want to say?
I left it furnished.
Come on now.
I don't think you're picking up what I'm putting down. Here's your last Facebook text to him.
Uh-oh.
I don't have it, and I have record that I am not living there in the beginning of this month. The most you can get me for is like $3,000, and you kept my deposit. You have the opportunity to rent the apartment out. Do it. You can garnish my wages, but you will end up with a felony for openly admitting to opening my mail.
Well, that Facebook post was damning. Well, I think she lost. Not for sure, but it sounds like that. But anyway, look, guys, look, when it comes to a tenant and what you have to do, what your contractual agreement is, if you stay there, you pay the rent. You can't build, you can't change the unit into a 4-bedroom, build walls, and then leave all your junk there and expect someone to pay the cost for that. Just because a landlord has the ability to rent out the unit does not mean you should be scot-free on all of the things that you did bad into the unit when you were there. Sometimes tenants believe like, well, you're gonna make so much money off of this property, so, you know, what does it matter? Who cares about what I did and destroyed the unit? You're gonna make so much money on it, but that isn't your issue. You're not invested in this property. You didn't have to come up with the money for this property. So don't try to tell me that since I'm going to rent out the unit that I should bear the cost of you destroying my property.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get $6,000. You don't really think you're gonna get $6,000 here, do you? Because you're not. Right? Because you have an evidence flow problem here.
Yes, he does.
You have pictures that are taken from a mile away, although you're telling me that you have the damage. She's not going to renovate your floors for you. That's not how it works either. Okay? You're entitled to be made whole, not to make a bonanza out of this. So I'm finding in your favor in the amount of the $3,115. Guess what? It can't get more than $3,000. $3,115 plus your court costs, plus prejudgment statutory interest since she moved out in December.
Okay, guys, so what do we learn from this? You can't build walls, you know, throw all your trash around, leave your furniture and all your stuff, not even move out of the unit, just you moving. You can't do that and leave all the expenses on the landlord because you will pay. So I hope you guys got value out of this content. I need you to watch this next video here. It will help you get into your first rental property and learn all things financial. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.